These shorts make me look like an explorer, honestly.
You can try to drag me down, but I'll be living in the clouds. Everybody has their doubts, but you can't stop now. You just gotta live.
Hello guys, my name is Ebube and welcome back to my channel. Today's video, as you can see by the title, is going to be a story time about how I walked out of class. But you're going to need some backstory. So, Snapchat. Okay, so you need some backstory. So it was towards the end of 6th grade, and we had to, fill out our little schedule of what we want to take for 7th grade. So, I fill my ish out, I turn it in, and then a few weeks later, a few months later, it's summer. So we get a letter in the mail saying, hey, the orientation for 7th grade is on this day in July. And so we can come to school to pay for our books, pick up our books, and all the stuff we need to pay for and take care of before school starts, right? So we go. I get to the line to go get my schedule so I know what I'm paying for. And then I'm looking at my schedule, and the class Read 180 is on that ish. What is that? I did not put that. I don't know what that is. So I went to the office. Me and my mom went to the office, and we're like, what's this class? What is it all about? Like all that questions. And she's like, if you're put on this class, that means your English teacher either flagged you for AR or that you have a poor reading level or a reading score or something like that. So I'm going under the assumption my teacher flagged me because yes, my reading level wasn't poor. It's just my reading level wasn't poor. It was just that I did not want to read in her class. And the way that my school did AR, my middle school did AR, based on your reading level, it was how many points you had to get for that quarter. So every quarter, you'd have to retake the AR test, and it would be a new goal every time. So if you had like a 12th grade reading level and you're in the 7th grade, you have to get 120 points in 9 weeks. I don't want to read that much to get 120 points in 9 weeks. So people would fail the AR test on purpose so they won't have as high as a goal to reach. So I aimed for like a 4th grade reading level, which that would be like I have to get like 10 or 20 points during that 9 weeks, which that means I have to read like 2 books or something. But I didn't want to read, so I still didn't even reach that goal of 9 points. So it was tragic. But I didn't like her class, and all that jazz just led up to me not even trying with AR, and that put me into this situation I was in now. So I was like, all right, bet. First day of school rolls up, and no, not first day, 2nd day of school. So we have A days and B days. I think every middle school has that. I don't know. Here in Baton Rouge, we had A days and B days. So I had her on B days, like 2nd period B day. So, the 2nd day of school, she introduced herself. She was like, oh, my name is Miss Toothbrush, blah, blah, blah. This is me, I'm from New York, da, da, da. I was on the knife throwing team. I was like, oh, she cool people. She knows how to throw knives in it. She like, okay, watch out. I was like, okay. But I still didn't want to be in that class. Yeah, you're a cool teacher, yeah, all this and that, but if you were like my English teacher, we wouldn't I'd be like, all right, I have a New Yorker teacher that is a knife thrower. Like, where do you find that at? Where you find that at? Because you didn't find that here. You didn't find that there. You didn't find that there. But I wasn't all that hype. Like, literally, this would be me every day walking in that class. I'd be ha-ha and kikiing with my friend, ha 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 ha, all smiles and giggles. And as soon as I step foot into that door, I go. So I literally be like, oh my God, she did what? I wasn't playing. Like, the smile would be off of my face, and she didn't even do nothing to me. She didn't do anything to me. I didn't have a problem with her. I thought she was a cool teacher. All of the above. I just did not like the class. I was in a class where I shouldn't have been in the class. That's not so. So I'm not going to be happy because I'm wasting my time in this class. So because of my type, because I didn't feel as if I was supposed to be in this class, I was like, I wasn't doing my work. I wasn't doing my homework. I just do the bare minimum in the class. Like, the bare minimum that was getting me by, that's what I was doing. On period. I'm not even going to lie about that. So here is where the story begins. Now that you know how I acted, what I felt about the teacher, all this. So one day, it was a B day. One day, we finished this chapter. And every time we finish a chapter, we watch a video that goes along with the next chapter we're about to cover. So while we was watching that video, I pulled out my homework that was due that day for her to hurry up to do it real quick. So, I'm hurrying up and doing my homework while the video's playing, and then they have a discussion, they're doing all the chit chat. I'm just sitting quietly doing my homework. So while I'm doing my homework, the bell rings. She says everybody can go. I stay back because I still hadn't finished doing my homework. So once I finished doing my homework, which is like 2 minutes after the bell, we have 3 minutes to get to class, by the way. So we had 2 minutes. I had 1 more minute to get to class. I finished the homework 2 minutes after the bell. I handed the paper to Miss Toothbrush and walked across the hallway to my next class, which we're going to call her Miss Candy. I walked across the hall to Miss Candy's classroom. Remember all this. Gotta remember all this, okay? Okay? Alrighty. So I'm going on with my day. School's over. I go home. I'm in my room around like 6, maybe 6 or 7. My dad is calling my name, bro. He's yelling my name. Ebubechi, Ebubech. I was like, sir, not thinking anything of it. I'm thinking that he wants me to get this remote. Oh, you want a bottle of water? Let me go get it. You're trying to figure out what channel this TV show is on? Let me help you out. I'm thinking that's what he wants me for. So I'm getting up here like, sir, you need something? Like, what do you need? He goes, why is your English teacher calling this house saying you walked out of class? Dad, that is a very interesting question. How about you tell me why my English teacher is telling you that I walked out of class? Because I have no idea why she would do that. I have no idea why Miss Candy would tell you that I'm walking out of class. Me and her are like this. Me and her are like this. Me and her are like, why would Miss Candy do that? So she's like, so you're saying that your teacher is lying or something, blah, 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 this is that. I forget the accent, bro. I ain't even got time for all that. And then you say your teacher's lying or whatever. I was like, I don't know who you're talking about, but Miss Candy did not call this house. Miss Candy did not call this house. That's why I can tell you I can give you $1 million right now. If Miss Candy called this house, I'll give you $1 million because I'm that certain that it was not Miss Candy that called this house. This person called for a different Ola because it was not my teacher. Okay? So she was like, So one of your teachers called the house. I don't know what she is. She said she was your English teacher and that you're failing her class and that because of your attitude that what did she tell my dad? Oh, she told my dad, oh, she has an attitude. It's because of your attitude. If you continue with your attitude, that you'll fail the class, and da 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 da, and blah 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 blah, and ABCD, and 1 2 3, all of that. Basically, he was telling my dad that I currently have a D in her class, and that my attitude, if my attitude continues of me not cooperating and participating in class discussions and turning in my homework, and because of my attitude that I didn't have an attitude anyway, I'm gonna fail the class. And then she throws in that I walked out of her class today. She starts off with the phone call with I walked out of her class, and then adds on the I have a D attitude, all that, right? I was like, I don't have a D in whatever class. I was like, was it Read 180? She's like, I don't know. She go, no, I don't know if she said Read 180, blah, blah, blah. She just said, this is all she just said. Basically what I just said, what she said, okay? So I was like, okay. I was like, I'm going to ask her tomorrow because I can see her tomorrow and ask her what she's talking about me walking out of class, because this child of the good old Lord did not walk out of anybody's class. What are you talking about? So it's the next day, bro. It's the next day. And my friends take that class. So I was like, hey, yo, you know what Miss Toothbrush did yesterday? She called my house saying that I walked out of class. Literally every single one of them. You walk out of class? What's she talking about? Like, when you walk out of class? That's what I was trying to figure out. You tell me when I walked out of class, because I don't even remember when I walked out of class. So, who's really walking out of class now? I was like, you didn't walk out of class? What's she talking about? I don't know. So, we talking, chit-chatting about that ish. Like, why would she do that? Trying to get to the bottom of it. We can't get to the bottom of it. So, it's time for me to ask Miss Toothbrush. So, I went to Miss Candy's class and I dropped off my books and stuff and asked Miss Candy, hey, Miss Candy, can I go over to Miss Toothbrush class and ask her a question? She's like, oh, yeah, go ahead, sweetheart. Go ahead and go and do what you need to, blah, blah, blah. So, I diddle-daddle all the way over to Miss Toothbrush class. So I was like, hey, Miss Toothbrush, did you call my house yesterday saying I walked out of your class? She goes, yeah, I did. I did call your house yesterday saying you walked out of class. So I was like, okay, why would you do that? When did I walk out of your class? When you had finished doing your work, you turned in your paper to me, and when I was calling your name, you just kept walking down the hall. Ma'am, I must be confused because you still haven't answered the question as to how I walked out of your class. So, may I ask again, when did I walk out of your class? It's like, you were doing your work, you were sitting down, the bell rung, and then you kept doing your work, and you got up, turned in your paper, and I was calling your name, and you kept walking. I am pregnant. I do not have time to be chasing you around the whole school. I was like, oh, madam. Ma'am, it sounds like to me that you was calling my name and I did not hear you, therefore I kept walking. That's what it sounds like to me, because you've just now said that I stayed here after the bell and after you've dismissed everyone. And I turned in my paper and you was calling my name. If you were calling my name, didn't it process in your head that, oh, maybe she can't hear me? So why would you call that walking out of class? Because my dad wasn't mad enough for you? You didn't feel like I was going to get a beating tonight? You didn't feel like I was going to get my beating tonight, so you wanted to add that I'm walking out of class? Bro, what was the reason? So, after she had said that with her, I'm pregnant, she tried to pull out the I'm pregnant card. I don't care if you're pregnant. You know how many teachers at this school get pregnant? And they're still teaching, and they're still walking here and there and would chase you down. You know how many... I frankly don't care if you're pregnant, okay? That's what I said. I don't care. Because first of all, my class is across the hall. So you could not have seen me walking that way if I was walking straight ahead. Like, let me show you how wide the hallways are, okay? Y'all see that doorway from there to there? Now add about 5 of that, side by side. That's how wide that hallway is. All you would have had to do is walk about 50 steps, 25 steps on each side. That is not that far. And you didn't even have to do all that because my teacher was on hall duty that day. That he was so-called calling my name as I was going down the hall. She was in the middle of the hall. And I know this because I greeted Miss Candy as I walked in. So how could you have possibly been calling my name saying that I was going that way? I went that way. Ma'am, you're lying. You're lying. So I was like, ma'am, I wasn't even that petty then. I was like, okay, all right, whatever. So I dipped. I was like, you know what? She crazy. She wants to accuse me of walking out of class. It's whatever. I did it, whatever. Few days later, I'm in Mr. Spaniard's class. Y'all. So let's call her the guidance counselor, Miss Light. So Miss Light come on the intercom talking about like, hi, Mr. Spaniard. Yes. Can you send Ola to the guidance office? This is Miss Light. And Mr. Spaniard said, yes, of course. So, I get up and I head on over to the guidance counselor. Y'all. This is so stupid. So I get to the guidance counselor office. And, we start with the greetings. Oh, hey, how are you? I'm fine. You? How you doing? She was like, I'm good, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Da-da-da. All that, right? So she sits me down. She's like, sit down, okay? And I was like, okay, I am. And she says, so I called you here today to ask if you and Miss have any problems. Problem? What problem? What type of problem, huh? What has she said about me? What she said about me, first of all, before I say something? Let me not say something, but wait. What she said about me first? So I'm just sitting there like, no, I don't. Did she say something? Like, did she say that she has a problem with me? Because if she has, I could throw a few things out too. But she was like, well, Miss wrote you up for being disrespectful, which I thought it was very odd coming from you because you're not a very disrespectful person and you've never had any behavioral issues at our school. So I just wanted to ask you to see if that you and Miss are having any problems. And I was like, no. See, I wasn't petty. I know. I really should have just whooshed. I really should have just blah. But I was like, no, I'm not petty. I'm not petty. So I was like, no, I deaded it. It's not, there's no issue between the two of us. That's what I told Miss Light. Miss Light was like she was telling me everything that went down. So she tells me, it's like, okay, cause Cause Miss Toothbrush, have I said this woman's name on camera yet? I don't even know. Well, if I did, I'll just blur it out. Miss Toothbrush went to the student dean and was telling her a story of how you came to confront her about a phone call to your parents, and she wasn't really sure if you were being disrespectful, but Miss told her to write you up for being disrespectful. And I just wanted to see what your side was on this whole situation before we go forward with this write-up. And I was like, I have no problems with any teachers at this school. That's what I told them. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. She was like, oh, okay, all right. So I'm just going to tear up this write-up. We're not going to file it or anything. Just don't even worry about it, okay? And I was like, okay, ma'am. All right, you have a blessed day. She said, you too, girl. I was like, all right, bye. Y'all, she tried to write me up for being disrespectful. Who was being disrespectful? Because you started with the disrespect. Don't come at me. You started with the disrespect. If you'd have just called my house and said I have a D in your class and that my attitude can possibly get me to fail, this conversation would not have had been had. This phone call, this extra ish that you are trying to write me up would not have happened if that's all you said on that phone call. You understand, right? So don't get mad. It was your fault. You should have been honest with that phone call. You really should have. You shouldn't have told my dad that I walked out your class because I didn't walk out your class. Second of all, here's the thing about me. Doesn't matter if I'm 10, doesn't matter if I'm 50, doesn't matter if I am 3 years old. Listen and open your ears, okay? This is for anybody. If I wanted to disrespect you, I'm going to make sure you know you're disrespected. You hear me? If I disrespect you, I am going to make 100% sure that you know that I am disrespecting you. You're not going to have to go to somebody. You're not going to be like, oh, best friend, this is what blah, blah, blah said about me. Do you think it was disrespectful? Like, no. You wouldn't have to go ask somebody. You're not going to have to ask. If it came from my mouth and I wanted to disrespect you, you're going to know you're being disrespected. Don't get it twisted. So the fact that you had to go ask somebody else, and you probably didn't even tell him the full story, because if you had told him the full story, the student dean is him. If you had told him the full story, he would have called me down to the student dean office and we'd have both had a conversation. But it seems like you did it a one-sided way. That's why I never got called down, and he just went ahead and told you should just write me up. Don't play. Don't get it twisted. Moral of this whole story is be a good student, because if I wasn't a good student, a lot of them teachers at my school was really lying on students, but the other students couldn't prove it because they've always had behavioral issues, you know what I'm saying? But the fact that I didn't have behavioral issues, then the teacher once said I walked out of class, that's a little far-fetched. Just a tad bit far-fetched, ma'am. Yeah. Exit. You need to go. Bye-bye. Bye. I was done. I was like, sis, you need to go. It is time for you to make your exit. You need to bounce, okay? Okay, it was nice seeing you, nice knowing you, but you've extended your welcome. Oh yeah, bye. Got to go. Got to go. But like a few weeks later after that, she left because she was pregnant and maternity leave and all of that jazz, and I was like, whatever. Like, she sent a picture of her baby. Everyone was like, oh, it's a cute baby. I don't care. I don't have time for lying teachers. I don't have time for lying teachers, okay? I said, I don't want to see your baby. I don't want to see your baby. I'm not about to disrespect your baby. But let me chill out. Let me chill out, bro. But the teacher that replaced her, boss. She was a little weird sometimes, but like she'd always bring us donuts. She was bomb. Me and her and my other teacher, because Miss Candy ended up getting promoted because she's that good of a teacher. I'm just saying. Miss Candy ended up getting promoted that year, so we got a new teacher, and I'm gonna call him Mr. Door. So me and Mr. Door and the new teacher, we was just like that. It was nothing but good vibes. It was nothing but good vibes. Let me say that. I liked her. She was better than. Not that I said I didn't like her. Like, I liked her at the beginning, but then after this little incident, I was like, she gotta go. She got to get it. But that's all with the story. I'm pretty sure, yeah. That's all that happened of how I walked out of class. Oh, this is what I want to add. Yo. I feel like she even added that little bit about me walking out of class because I'm Nigerian. Like, you didn't want me punished. You wanted me beaten. You wanted me to be dead. You wanted my parents in jail. That's what you wanted. Because let me tell you about Nigerians. You teachers are the authority. So you're calling my house, telling my father that my little self, my little insignificant being, decided to stand up against authority? Get up out of my seat in the middle of your lecture, in the middle of you going on and teaching me something that will be beneficial for my future. I decided my insignificant self to get up and walk out of class, huh? That's a beating. That is a beating. You wanted me, I should call the police because you were trying to get me killed. You was trying to get me killed. But the Lord knew. The Lord knew. He protected me because my dad wasn't even that mad. As soon as I said, I don't know what you're talking about, and I said I was going to talk to my teacher about it, he dropped it. He don't ever do that. He don't ever do that. My mom was going off on me. How did you walk out of class? I was like, Ma, you really believe I walked out, me, myself, at night? Me, a Nigerian, walked out of class. Me, I got up and walked out of class. When has a teacher called talking about I've walked out of class, huh? Tell me. The fact that the school believed me before my own mom, that's what was crazy to me. The school ripped up the papers because they didn't believe that I walked out of class. They didn't believe I was being disrespectful, so they ripped up the write-up form. Yet you, my own parents that know me and live with me for how many hours at a day? I was so mad. I was just mad. I was like, look at this school. The school believes me before my own parents. That's crazy. But things happen. The lesson I learned is be a good student because sometimes that ish will help you. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, make sure you comment down below. Let's comment down below some lies that your teacher has made up about you, y'all. Comment down below those lies. And like this video while you're down in the comment section, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. And right next to that subscribe button is the notification bell. Hit that too, because I post randomly and I don't know when the next time I am going to post. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Hey, did you like that video? Make sure you check out this video right here. This playlist is pretty lit. It's my videos from beginning to the end. And I know y'all see my face right there. If you hadn't subscribed yet, click my face. I don't know when the link is going to show up for my shop thing, but if it's up, shop some clothes.